Hey there, friend. Joe Hehn here, and we're continuing our series on retraining your mind and the ego. A lot of our despair, our mental anguish, happens when we are considering our past experiences and we feel shame, guilt, resentment, animosity, and just basically negative thoughts and feelings and emotions and considerations about our actions in the past. So I want to give you something to help alleviate that from you, because what we're doing ultimately is that if we are considering that stuff and we feel that we are screwing up or that we have screwed up and that we could have done stuff so much better and that our life would be very different if we only had done this, that, or the other, what we're doing there is we're creating a delusion in which our life could be much better had we made other decisions, taken different actions, not made mistakes. We carry around this burden, and then our entire trajectory moving forward feels diluted. It feels like the wrong choice, the wrong path. So how can we ever really feel fulfilled and find our purpose or happiness in that space if we always look back and think that at that crossroads, if we had gone the other way, then we would be ascended more on a more beautiful path. It's a trick of the ego to make you feel like that you are in the fear-based consideration, that life will always be a little bit darker, a little bit duller, and unfulfilled. So we have to release that. Also, what it does is it gives us anxiety for moving forward, knowing that we have the opportunity to make more mistakes, to screw more stuff up, and then to end up in an even darker or less fruitful path moving forward. So it compiles on, it gives a lot of stress and anxiety for our performance moving forward. It also just makes us feel like a failure, which is then an energy that we're broadcasting to the universe, and that we are kind of believing that limiting belief is established within us. So looking back on your past and feeling that you could have done so many different things better is a very big rabbit hole of negativity and toxicity, which then really spills out into our present moment and our future. Here's how to alleviate yourself from exactly that. I want you to consider a little child who's learning how to walk. When they stumble and fall, did they make a mistake? No, of course not. Or a little kid who's trying to ride a bike and they have the training wheels on and they fall over, tip over. But they get back on that bike and they continue. Would you accost that child? Would you shame them? Give them a bunch of guilt for not doing it perfectly right out of the gates? Of course not, because they are learning. They are compiled of a particular set of mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical resources within a certain circumstance. And when we put all that stuff together, they're performing at the optimum rate. They're doing the best they can in any given situation. That is very much the case for ourselves. When we look back on mistakes we made, instead realize that you were doing the best you could, considering your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual resources, and within the limitations or parameters of that circumstance. If you had or could have done any better, you would have. That was the best. And that's okay, because that person also was a stepping stone for us to ascend to the place we are here and now. Without them, there would be a gulf. There would be a big missing step along that staircase of ascension. So we needed that person to experience that lesson, that experience, to navigate through it so that they could learn and we could be the benefactor of them learning that lesson. So not only do we not need to forgive them, because if we forgive them, that means that they're actually making a mistake, which is also an ego trap. We want to come to a place of self-love and honor them for suffering, for having to endure that lesson, for having to make the hard choices and actually committing to doing the work, which ultimately led us to where we are. And now with hindsight, we can look back and judge them. It doesn't seem very fair knowing what we know and all the experience that has passed between that past version of us and ourselves here and now in the present moment. What this also does is moving forward, it reduces or eliminates our stress and anxiety for performance, because we're not feeling that pressure to get everything right. We're just knowing we're doing the best we can in any given situation, and other people's judgment and evaluation of our performance, it does not equate to our own self-value. We are the ones who determine our value, and if we always know that we're doing the best we can and constantly looking for improvement, for growth and opportunity to excel and advance and evolve, then we're on the right path and we feel good, and then the stress and the anxiety washes away, which then allows us to be more present in the moment. And presence equates to liberation. In the present moment, you don't exist in the past, the future has yet to unfold. You are free here and now. And the more we're able to grasp the present moment, the more fulfilled, the more abundant, and the happier we become. So think back upon things that you feel are like hard to look at in your past. Think back about the things where you could have made a different choice, treated somebody differently, or possibly made a very big or different investment in your time and energy and effort, and allow yourself to realize you were doing the best you could. Truly embody that and honor that person because they did what it took to get you to where you are. And now you have hindsight, which means that you are at an elevated space because you're looking back. We can't look back from coming down below. We're looking back from a place above of ascension. And now you're looking back and judging. It's an ego trap. So love yourself. There's no need to even forgive. Just love yourself for who that person was. Give them the love. And if you want, you hit me up in the comment section and you let me know. I'll provide an awesome meditation I give all of my clients who suffer from this tremendously, of how to go back and give that previous version of themselves the love they truly need. And then moving forward, when you feel stress and anxiety, remind yourself, I am doing the best I possibly can. I included some steps in a previous video, episode 2 of this, to kind of center yourself with those thoughts, and that's a really good process to implement when you feel the stress and anxiety of pressure and performance. I hope this has been truly helpful. Be sure to stay tuned in for new episodes, and please subscribe. This is my passion and my purpose, to help you out, to know and train your mind to work for you, to inspire and empower you, to know your happiness, to be present, and to use your mind to manifest some beautiful stuff too, but to at least establish a presence and a foundation of peace and fulfillment and self-love. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you